Cool. I'll just introduce Jill. Let me zen first. Let me zen.
Remember how to host.
Oh shit. I always forget how to host every fucking time. It's only every 2 weeks for like the last year, but I just keep forgetting all the time. I just get carried away. All right. Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the Replayer Podcast. I'm Pagan, your host this week, and joining me, as always, is my co-host, Dan.
What's up, everyone?
Yes, hello, Dan. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
I am good, thank you very much. And joining us this week are our regular Replayer guests, Hannah and Jen.
Hey.
Woot woot.
You
guys look familiar.
I was going to say, like, you guys look really familiar, not only from our show, but from Retro Replay.
Are we on that?
Feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Well, good. We are coming back from a break that we just had last week. We did a side quest episode about The Last of Us Part 2. So if you guys haven't checked that out yet, Go ahead and check that out over on our YouTube
Go check
channel.
it out. If you like Last of Us 2, watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, it was a great time. I think it was almost 2 hours long, and we had some great guests on, Drew and Wayne, and having a chat about the goods and bads of The Last of Us Part 2. So feel free to go ahead and check that out. In the meantime, though, because we took a break, we did miss a week worth of content, I guess. So last week's episode and this week's episode of Retro Replay. So on that note, does anybody have anything to discuss about last week's episode? Just to catch you up, we obviously had an Uncle Noli. Do we believe in aliens, or do you believe in aliens? And we had Retro Replay, who played Dark Void, and had guest Fred Catashore on the show. And Get Good, where they played some Ultimate Chicken Horse with Drew, which was quality content. Such quality content. When I was watching the show and they were like, oh, we're going to bring on a special guest. And it's like, Drew, did you download it? I was like, oh, this is going to be so good. Because Drew and Todd hadn't played it before. Did anybody know about Ultimate Chicken Horse? Have you guys played this game?
I've heard of it.
Jacksepticeye play it.
Oh,
that's about
it.
Yes, I feel like he did a while ago. I feel like he's done it.
I feel like
I've seen someone do it anyway.
Yeah, I didn't know what this game was until they played it on. Oh God, I want to say Alana played it on something
like Kind of Funny
or
Funhouse.
Yeah, Kind of Funny or something where they kind of did a group stream and they played this game. I did not know what it was called, and I actually wasn't paying that much attention to the game itself. I think I was just having something on in the background. So when they started playing this, I was like, this looks vaguely familiar, but I really wish I had paid more attention now to this game earlier because it is so funny. Essentially, the premise of it, Jen, I don't know if you know, is
I was say, what's the premise of that game?
So essentially what it is you guys pick a character and then you control the map. So you start at a point and you have to go to from point A to point B. And then after the first round, you guys can all pick something that you can add to the map to fuck everybody else over. So for example, you could pick a flamethrower. So if you know people are going to try and jump here, the flame's going to get them and they're going to die. Or a swinging chain, or anything like a rocket launcher to help you boost and everything. It's super fun, but it's really interesting, especially watching that episode of Get Good, because Liam is really good at the game and has obviously had experience with it, and Todd and Drew were just awful.
Isn't that how it always
so
goes?
Bad. For sure.
Except for Call of Duty.
I don't know. Yeah.
Call of Duty
and
Fortnite,
good.
It seems like Todd's pretty good at those.
Todd is, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, Todd is pretty good at Fortnite. I think he's better than Liam, and then Liam is still good though.
They're
both
still
pretty
good. It just seems like Todd is a little better.
Yeah, and Todd has a lot more experience, I think, playing Call of Duty Zombies, which is what they played this week, because he's kind of been streaming that on and off anyway of his own Twitch channel. I think Liam had never played it, or even that version before, so it was like, what the fuck's going on?
What is this?
Yeah, it was fun though. And of course, last week they did Dark Void. I'd never heard of this game.
I hadn't heard of it either.
either.
Yeah.
It was super cool though.
Never heard of this game.
Now I want to play it.
See,
though.
now I had
Really?
messaged Pagan in the live chat, like, I can't believe they're playing Dark Void. Oh my god! Like, I played this game when it first came out back in like 2010, 2011. It's old. It might be 2012. Pagan, you Google. Honestly though, the crazy thing to me when I saw the notification that they were playing Dark Void, I was like, why are they playing Dark Void? And then I Googled and was like, Nolan is the main character in this game. How did I never know that? And I had actually just bought this game digitally for Xbox for like $6 like 2 months ago because I wanted to play it, stream it, make content around it because I think it's a cool game. And then lo and behold, now Retro Replay beat me to the punch.
No.
Those Retro Replay guys. Ugh.
Dastards.
Yeah, 2010. You're so right. No, I'd never seen this game before. I did some research on it though, and yeah, it's basically like Nathan Drake with a jetpack.
It's the Rocketeer.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like an interesting game. I will say though, I don't know if like I speak for Jen or Hannah on this. Like the game kind of made me a little seasick.
Yeah, I don't really get seasick, so it was fine.
Well, Hannah, you got me on this. No, just
yeah,
okay.
I get you. I feel like I would say it's a thing with older games, but even then, it's not that old. But there are just cameras in some games that just makes me feel like I'm on a boat, and I'm just oh no.
It's because there's no gravity, right? So if you've got like the jetpack, there's nothing to sort of like weigh you down, so that you can literally go in any direction, and that just like messes with my head, and I'm like, oh.
Yes.
Don't play Sea of Thieves then, because that game will make you seasick.
Yeah, you see, the Sea of Thieves, like the stream that they did last week with Get Good, they did Sea of Thieves, and that didn't bother me so much. It was actually, I think, the same stream or the week before they did Squadrons. They did Star Wars Squadrons. Yeah, I couldn't watch that. If I'm honest, I had to look away because I was like, I'm gonna get it.
It could be the field of
too
view.
Much in space. Yeah, it's weird. I think it brings back the whole VR thing. I think I told you before that I played some sort of Star Wars game in VR. It's similar to Squadrons, like you're up in space and you're trying to shoot everybody, and it's just makes you feel weird because there's just nothing to stop you going like in full circles and stuff. And
I think that was something we talked about when they announced the Iron Man VR game, and we were talking about that sensation that your body experiences when you feel like you're weightless and you have no body. So it just makes you like nauseous and like ugh.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Although I'd like to try that game.
I will, hopefully. I have the game now, but I don't have VR, so I can't play it.
Oh, okay.
One day.
You don't have VR
played
yet.
a VR game.
Never, Hannah?
No, never. I don't have any of the VR stuff. No, and it makes me sad because I watch people play stuff and it looks so fun, but I can't do it myself.
Oh man. Maybe
I want
like
VR real bad.
Keep an eye on like Black Friday or something like that.
I need to play Phasmophobia in VR. That needs to happen.
No, absolutely not. No.
Yes.
Who you got there, Jen?
I've got Zoe. She's
so cute.
My little old 17-year-old baby.
Yeah, I remember Zoe from last time.
My little old lady who just is such
returning
an
guest.
Whore. Returning guest Zoe. She just busts into the game room and she's like, "Hey mom," and she's just like rah, 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 until I pick her up, and then she's kind of
love me.
I was so saying this to Adam the other day, like, because our cat has, so we've moved house recently, which is why the quality of my fucking audio is
I was just going to point that out, like, Pagan's a little echoey today in your new office.
Sorry, yes.
She's in the bathroom. It's fine.
She's on the toilet.
Yeah, I'm on the toilet. It's just going to be a really long one, guys, so stick with me. No, we moved house, and she's a lot more vocal than she used to be, I guess, and it's probably because she's in a new environment. Yeah. But she does sound like she's saying "wow" all the time. Like cats just sound like they just go "wow, wow, 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 wow." And we were just talking about this the other day. And if she comes running, like we call her Peter Griffin sometimes because when she comes running inside, so you open the door and she's on the back wall and you call her in, she goes like the Peter Griffin laugh. So anytime she comes in, I was like, I crack myself up. She goes,
oh my god,
so cute. I know. Sorry, side tangent about cats aside.
Cat tangent aside.
Cat tangent aside.
Tangents are always welcome.
Thank you. If Jen's on the show, there's bound to be a cat tangent. You just can't avoid it.
Nope.
No.
It's
Look at her.
unavoidable.
Look at Zoe.
She's just so cute.
I love her
Yeah,
face because she
good.
just looks like so meh.
Right?
Angry.
All the time.
Meh.
An angry cat.
She's just always looked so
She's
mad.
got like a
but
Richard
she's-
McGonagall face. Meh.
It's like a rested bitch face for cats. Where
Yeah.
she's like,
And she
she's
kind of
like,
sounds like Richard McGonagall when
soft
she
and cute.
steals Rachel's slippers. So, like, no joke, we had to go to the store, and Rachel took her slippers off and left them by the door. And we got home, and they were both in the bedroom on different sides of the bed because Zoe likes to grab them. And when she grabs them, she makes just the weirdest noise, and she's just like, "Wow, wow, wow." And she's carrying them through the house, and I'm just like, she's old. She's just
Yeah.
weird. This is just what she does now. Like,
That's really funny because I feel like people say the same thing about Richard. It's just what he does now. He
It's
just
just
steals.
what he
He
does
just steals
now.
women's slippers. After they're dead,
Yeah.
he just steals the slippers and puts them on either side of the bed just for balance.
yeah.
It's his calling card.
It's his
now.
calling card.
Like,
I feel like now anyone can say anything about Richard McGonagall and they believe it.
Right.
Poor Richard. He seems
know.
so nice.
Poor
I
He's
know,
such a
he's so
lovely
nice.
man.
He really is.
Aw.
But
Yeah,
like,
he-
if someone said that he murders people, I would probably believe them. Not gonna lie, I probably would.
He's such a good sport about it.
He is. I really hope that he doesn't go home and just go, I hope nobody believes them, right?
Everybody thinks I'm a
Because
serial
poor
killer.
Nolan would be like, yeah, they do. Yes.
everyone thinks you're a murderer.
Everyone knows. So guys, on last week's content, I know that we did miss it. Dan, did you have anything else to say about Dark Void or anything? Did you want to discuss anything there?
I think it's really cool that they played this game, especially kind of broadening the viewpoint of games that Nolan has played. And it's just that I'm sure everyone had a similar experience when they're like, what is this game they're playing? And then they realize, oh, it's Nolan, and this is Nathan Drake with a jetpack. Like, everyone kind of had that realization. So it was just cool that they would play something so obscure.
Yeah.
And my gamer nerd heart, just cried a little bit. That's all.
Nerd heart weep.
I'm so
No.
happy.
They done me proud.
They did you proud. I genuinely had never heard of the game before. I'm probably not alone in that. Jen and Hannah never heard either.
Yeah,
so
never
it was an
heard of it
interesting
before.
one. Yeah,
It was
it was
cool.
good.
Yeah,
it
it was
good.
okay. I don't think I would play it for myself though.
Same. I don't think I'd pick it up, to be honest. I think maybe you kind of have to be there at the time it came out. Do
You
know
can
what I
watch
mean?
me
It's
play it when I
2010
do.
and
Plug, plug,
Perfect.
plug, plug, plug.
Yeah. Humble brag. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Fred Tatasciore. Let's
Yeah.
freaking talk about how amazing that was.
Such an awesome
Holy
man.
shit. Such a good guest. And had his own
Honestly.
sound effects and everything. I was like,
Yeah.
this is comedy gold
Honestly,
right here.
The minute he popped up on the screen and I was hearing the sounds, I was just like, we got fucking good one, boys. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, right.
He's so good.
He's so great.
I wonder what Paul had to say about it. I wonder if Paul was like, cool, I'm gonna just sit back and let it go. And
He could
take
do the
in all
sound
the
as
sounds.
you do it. Yeah,
You got this, Fred.
you got this, Fred.
I might have mentioned it in the live chat of that episode too, that one of the first times I put the Fred's face to his name was an episode of Twisted Tunes that they were reading Harry Potter, and he did Hermione's dialogue in the voice of Hulk, I think.
Mhm.
And it was one of the best things I've ever experienced.
I think that's the Twisted Toon stuff is brought up, I think, an awful lot as well about him reading it as Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it seems to be a very popular one with anybody who saw the live shows and stuff like that too. Yeah, let's see. I mean, I was gonna be like, yeah, this guy's in, and then I thought there's too much.
Everything.
What does he have? He's probably has 1,000 freaking credits here, starting from 1982 as Dragon Lord. That sounds good.
Jesus.
Yeah. Naruto, Invader Zim, obviously.
Oh, who did he play in Invader Zim? Does it
Loads of
say?
characters. Neighbor, President's Announcer, Newscaster.
Okay, so he was just like one of those default like male voices.
Plenty of voices. Yeah, plenty of voices. I just think like he's pretty much been in anything.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
if
got
you name it during your
791
childhood-
credits.
Yeah,
That's
you could just
crazy.
it's just insane, and the level of that man's talent as well. Like when they were just talking and riffing and stuff like that, and they were just talking about doing
I would say,
what was it
speaking
called? Is
of
it
the
Werewolfman
Wolfman,
or
Wolfman, that blew my mind. That whole story about Wolfman.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Like,
believe they were uncredited.
I was a fan of that movie before I knew Nolan even existed as a person, and to find out that Nolan with Fred kind of like did all the sound effects for that movie was just like,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
How-
They weren't credited though.
Yeah, unfortunate, but
That's
still cool.
Hollywood.
That's Hollywood. It shouldn't be. They should
It
still
shouldn't
be
be.
credited.
But
I was gonna say, how crazy is it that that's somebody's job? Like Nolan and Fred were brought in on that just to be like, hey, can you make crazy Wolfman sounds? Yeah, sure.
yeah, sure.
Okay.
They just
Like-
get into a booth and just start growling.
Yeah, fantastic. Or I mean, like that's Frank Welker's like whole life.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Hey,
Frank Welker
Frank,
or like
can you just do some monster noises there, please?
Like D.
Yeah.
Bradley Baker too. Like that's a big part of their career is just making noises.
It's just everything that they do. I think it's really incredible though, like because when they're doing it and then when they do it off the cuff like that, and there's just like there's no holds barred. They're so confident in what they do and they're so good at it. It's just kind of like it's really awe-inspiring when you're watching it live. Oh, when you're watching it on Retro Replay, and I was just like, this is blowing my mind. Like this is incredible. Can you imagine meeting those people? Oh my
I
god.
know. Crazy.
Oh, crazy. My head's going to
this
implode.
face that Pagan's
Crazy.
making.
Yeah. Yeah.
You look like a SpongeBob meme then. Like his eyes go all big and he's like, yeah.
You're welcome, internet.
So cute.
All right. Well, I mean, let's move on to this week's topics then, which we had quite a few episodes of Retro Replay. Get Good included Uncle Noli, and then Retro Replay episode that aired yesterday, which was Thursday. It's very exciting. We'll get to it later. Guys. Let's start with the Get Good Zombie Royale Call of Duty Warzone. Anybody watch that this week?
I did not get a chance to.
No, I haven't had a chance.
Saturdays are
Week has
hard for
been
me.
so busy this week. A couple of people on my team are going on leave, so it's literally going to be me and one other person left on my team. It's just
Oof.
crazy.
No
Trying to get
problem.
everything sorted before they leave.
No. I think there's nothing worse when you're like, how many people are on your team in general, Hannah?
There's 5 of us, so we're a very small team, but my boss is going on leave, so all of the Welsh side of things is being left to me, which is a little bit stressful. But
Not
we'll
at
be-
all. You're so
Good.
good at Welsh. Like you're fluent. You've got this.
I'm trying.
Got it.
Just being fluent is perfect. Like just
Just like, I can pronounce Llanfair, I'm sorted.
yeah. And you can like name the longest Welsh city, county, country, Welsh city.
Country?
It's a city.
It's a city, right?
Welsh
It's not like just a
country.
town or anything,
Pretty
right?
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Um,
Should I Google? Should I try and find out?
I feel like it's oh fuck, I want to say city.
I don't
wanna say
know.
City. You know, my grandmother was this is a weird tangent. My grandmother is from Austria. She met my grandfather in the war, and he was basically like, you know what, come back to Wales with me. And she's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Super persuasive.
All right.
Super easily persuaded. So she went over to Wales, and like eventually I think he was just like, I think they were coming up to the end of their time together. Like I think she bought a 2-3 week ticket or whatever, and he was like, look, I don't want you to leave without you being like my wife and stuff, And so she's like, oh my God, like this is crazy. So she went back to Austria, kind of told her mom, I love this in like the 40s or whatever, and just told her mom, was like, I'm getting married to this guy. And anyway, so they ended up in Wales, and my grandmother lived there for a short time, and she started working at a train station as a train announcer. So being of Austrian descent, well, she is Austrian. So English wasn't her first language. And then she started learning Welsh and Welsh names. And she used to be able to say like the longest Welsh city.
Yeah.
You know, the very,
That's
very long name.
incredible.
I just thought that was so cool. Like for someone who really didn't know, like it's not that she wasn't fluent in English. Of course she was, because she, like, in Austria those days, like you were probably studying English at school, and then the more you knew, the better it helped you to work in like American, after the war, like American businesses and stuff. But yeah, like she used to know all those things. So like whenever I hear that name, the very long name, I'm like, my grandmother used to be able to say that. Like,
Yeah.
she can't right now. She can not remember quite a lot, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I thought that was a nice little
that's
side
incredible
tangent.
though. That's awesome how, like, you know, English wasn't even her first language and she's still been able to learn another language on top of that.
Yeah, and Welsh
I
isn't
think
easy.
that's awesome. No, it's really not.
Just look at me and Jen kind of glazed over, like.
No, because I know a band that's Welsh, and I mean, I don't know them, but I follow them, and they have a song that's completely in Welsh. And like the first time I heard them play it live, I was like, "What are they saying?" And I was like, "Oh, that's not English." I was like,
don't know what's happening.
I was like, "Oh, okay," but it sounded really cool. It's just like,
what's the name? What's the Welsh band's name?
The Joy Formidable.
Ooh.
Yeah,
they're really, really awesome.
I'm a Google.
They're literally the best band I've ever seen live.
Really?
Really?
And I've seen a lot of bands.
Interesting. What kind of show do they put on?
They're a 3-piece, and every song that they play, it ends like it's their final song. Like every song is basically a finale, and it's just all the music sounds amazing. The vocals are just
incredible hype and build up, and then like
they're just so much fun.
This is adorable. It's a 3-piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What kind of music are they playing?
It's like rock. It's like
alternative rock is apparently
alternative rock.
Here.
Yeah. The lead singer is the woman, and she plays guitar.
Yeah, I see that. She's dope.
She like has this great like angry look that she makes sometimes when she's playing, and it's so good.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to.
I highly recommend it.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's the Joy Formidable. It looks really interesting. I gotta listen to this. She kind of gives me like Blondie vibes.
Yeah, I could see that.
Kind of a little bit of Blondie vibes.
I'll get back to you on that. I'll have a look and a listen, and I'll let you know what I think.
There you go.
That was a weird tangent,
crazy.
But,
these people are like right on your doorstep, and you don't know.
Right.
I didn't know who they were. Like, and they're from Flintshire, which is where my mom's living at the moment. And I'm like, oh
wow.
Oh, there you go. Hannah, what did you say you do again? I think it's something about Welsh translation for the census or something, right?
Yeah, so I'm part of a team that writes all of the online help for the England and Wales census. So we basically write guidance that's like, it's sort of like a how to do this, how do you answer this question? So we write a lot of guidance to try and help people fill out their census correctly, because you have no idea how many questions people could screw up. It's ridiculous. But we've had to add a bunch of new content recently because we've realized that COVID is going to be sticking around for a while. So we've had to write a bunch of COVID related guidance, and I don't know whether I'd like to speak about this sort of stuff, but there are some things, if it could be affected by COVID, we have to say like, answer as if pandemic weren't happening, or you know, there are different situations and stuff we have to write about, and it's hard in Welsh because sometimes it's hard to find the words in English, and in Welsh there isn't always an exact translation, so that makes it quite hard, but we're trying our best, and yeah, if anyone
I don't know, I think it sounds
guidance,
fascinating.
that'd be great. I love my team. It's hard work, but I love my team. But if anybody can read Welsh and they need help with their census, please go read it. I would really appreciate you reading my work.
Unfortunately,
just go for it.
Can't help you.
They can't help you, and I cannot also help you because I really don't know how to speak Welsh.
No.
I'm sort of like purposely sidestepping off of Gekko for a moment, because I feel like, I mean, we really haven't had a sit down with you guys for a while. since May anyway for you, Hannah, Jen, more recently. How are you guys coping with COVID at the moment? Like with stuff that's happening here and oh, that was a laugh.
Wales is currently on lockdown again.
Yeah.
So not allowed to see anybody, not allowed to leave the house, which sucks because like I can't see my dad or my nan, which isn't nice. But
No.
you just got to go with it. Can't really do anything else.
Are you in level 5 lockdown like Ireland is?
I'm not sure about the levels. I'm not completely sure how it's all
There's
working in
levels?
Wales, but at the moment,
Yeah. Well,
they've had to
yeah.
put levels in place in certain places because of how bad it's gotten. And there are certain levels to a lockdown that have certain restrictions.
I haven't heard
Yeah,
anything like
so
that in the States, so
essentially like level 5
that's probably
is
why
what
we suck about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are just like, what's COVID? I don't know.
Just
Well, I feel like the majority of the states are like, it's made up, it's not real, whatever.
Cure it with bleach, whatever. It'll be fine.
See, being from Washington State, where it originated in the States, we took protocols super early and we're like, okay, we got to do this for 2 weeks. And it's like 8 months later and we're still like, okay.
Fuck.
But we finally gotten to the point where since there are enough people following the rules that other things have been able to open, like stores can be open, but they have to have like 40% capacity. We finally opened movie theaters last week that have to be 40% capacity. So I'm going to start going again very soon. I'm very excited about it.
That's right, you're a big movie buff and you used to go to the movies all the
so
time.
We went to a movie when we were in Florida and I was like, oh my God, I haven't been to a movie theater in 7 months. This is amazing.
So were the restrictions much different now than like from Washington into Florida? Like were they completely different? Is everything just running as normal in Florida?
So right before we left, Florida was like, no more restrictions. We don't need them. Like everything was allowed to open and operate as necessary. And I was just like, but everywhere we went was on Disney property and Disney has their own rules.
Yeah, of course
That's
they do.
fair.
Disney.
Of course they do. Yeah.
Disney was like, nope, masks, distancing, occupancy, like those are all staying. So it was great.
Okay, good. I was like, wait, did they just chuck out masks?
Like, just like, no.
I was like, I don't care if it's a rule. I'm still wearing it. Like it sucked wearing it in Florida because it was hot. But
hot and humid.
Survived. Yeah, the humidity is what really got us. It was bad.
How was it though, Jen? Because I feel like this was supposed to be your honeymoon, right?
It was supposed to be our honeymoon. We moved it to be for my birthday instead, so that was cool.
Nice. Okay.
And it was really fun. Like our feet were definitely mad at us after the third day, and we had 2 days of travel and 9 days in parks, and we walked over 100 miles. So
nice.
We walked a lot, burned a lot of calories, but it was fun. It was much needed.
Ate your weight in churros, I imagine.
I was gonna be like, I would burn those calories if I didn't just chug them all back in with like churros.
We didn't eat as much as we normally do, which was nice.
Disneyland.
And like most of the meals are so big that both of us have small appetites, so we just split everything. So that saved our budget like a bunch. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I had a really good time.
That's great.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And you went to Star Wars Land?
I went to Galaxy's Edge.
That's it.
I was lucky enough to get on Rise of the Resistance, the new ride, both days that we were in Hollywood Studios.
Nice.
We rode the Millennium Falcon ride 3 times.
Oof. Why wouldn't you?
It was such an amazing experience. Like they did so well with the theming, and it's just so pretty, and just like it feels like you're on another planet. Like it's amazing.
Cool.
I spent way too much money on souvenirs.
You're entitled. It's fine.
I spent way too much money on my lightsaber.
Yeah, lightsaber. Oh my god,
show
you
off
need
the
to
lightsaber.
Yes.
Oh my god. Remove it from its sheath.
For a Star Wars fan, that must have been an amazing experience.
It was so amazing. So this is the hilt, which is pieced together by 4 different pieces. They're all metal. This part is very heavy. like
Mhm.
very, very heavy. Inside of here is a kyber crystal, and I have 3 extra kyber crystals, so I can show you. This is a yellow one. It's super cool.
So for Pagan,
This
who
is so cool.
Pagan might not know with kyber crystals, that's like the
It's a
power
green.
source of a lightsaber.
I
Yeah.
don't know what a kyber crystal is.
This is the purple
Do
one.
you? Do you?
I do,
Mine-
I do.
mine is
I'm just not a
blue.
fan of Star Wars, I know.
The sound.
Oh.
Okay, I'm not a massive fan of Star Wars, but that's dope. Like, dude, that is
That's
so cool.
cool.
So good.
And then if you hit things, sometimes it does it.
Do.
So like if I had somebody else that had one of these, like
Yeah, see, that
we
would be
could
my
battle.
problem.
Battle.
and then it would be
Yeah,
Zoom,
I would be
zoom.
battling somebody
Oh my
else. Like, I would just be like, shoo, shoo, and then I'd break it.
For
because
anyone
I
who's
don't-
listening
I
to
cannot
this
mess
episode of the
things.
podcast needs to be watching it right now, so you can see the lightsaber.
it's
Yeah, exactly. If
it's
you're
definitely
listening
my
to the
prized
audio
possession
version,
now.
Drew,
Like, I
because I know Drew listens to the
It's
podcast,
so-
and I know
I
he's a big
posted
Star
it on
Wars fan.
Facebook. And my grandma was like, "What is that? What's it for?" I was like, "Oh, grandma." I was like, "It's a lightsaber. It's
You
from
know-
Star Wars, and I built it."
You know what I've seen on Facebook recently, and I was like, okay, I'm not a fan of this, but also I'm a big fan of this. Okay, so the Star Wars, like, cool. Like it. The lightsaber, it's great. Someone recently did it where they did it as a baby reveal, like a gender reveal, where they had the lightsaber in like a rock formation that they made themselves,
Oh my
and that you
God.
would have to lift
Do they
it
do like
out.
the Excalibur, like pulling
Yeah.
it out of the
Oh
stone?
my god.
Yeah, the husband and wife would lift it out, and it would be turned on the inside, and you couldn't see. And you'd lift it out, and it would either be obviously purple or blue.
Oh my
I was
God, that's
like,
hilarious.
Oh my god, that is amazing, because
That is
like,
the only acceptable gender reveal.
it's the only acceptable. Because like I mean, okay, firstly, like I mean, America's got a whole different level of gender reveal thing. It's just weird. Like people setting off fireworks and shit that actually start fires in America. Like, stop that. Just stop. Like, get a cake or a
That's right.
balloon or a lightsaber.
That's
They are
why
acceptable
California was on
options
fire a couple months back, right?
Yep.
Because of a
Yeah.
gender reveal party.
for a gender reveal. Yeah. You know, ironically, there has only been one death from a gender reveal party gone wrong, and it's because they set off an explosion, and the shrapnel hit the grandmother.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and she died. That is a legit article on the news. You can look that up.
Oh my God.
Will we be hearing Nolan talking about that soon?
No.
Oh, man.
I don't even think I put it in the notes when he did talk about that briefly. But yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I saw somebody do the whole like lightsaber thing, and I was like, And that's the first thing like that Adam, like, because I have always been interested in the gender reveal thing in terms of like a cake and a party and whatever. I think it's kind of cute. And there's a lot of people here in Ireland that are very traditional, and they're like, oh, just keep it as a surprise. But I've been very interested in that, and that was the only time Adam turned around to me and was like, yes, we can do that one. If we're gonna do any, that one.
That's
and I was
it.
like, fine, it is pretty cool. Like, I'm not a massive Star Wars fan, but that shit is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is, I feel like baby gender reveals just get more extra by the day. It's just like
Sure.
you scroll past a video and it's just like,
It's-
Do you know
It's
what
ridiculous.
they used to have a lot of them on Snapchat? Do you ever see like that when you're on Snapchat or whatever, and they give you like the highlighted stories? No, is that just me?
I
Maybe.
remember those.
Yeah, it used to be just like in the homepage of Snapchat, and it'd just be like basically stuff that's in the news, and then it would just be a whole montage of clips from baby gender reveals, and I was watching
Wait,
them.
you use Snapchat for other things than talking to people you shouldn't be talking to?
You use it for talking to people that
I
you
never
shouldn't be
used
talking
Snapchat,
to? Is
But that
Brandon
was always
listening
the
to this?
common conception with Snapchat because of the whole, like, it deletes
You can delete it
messages.
in 10 seconds.
Mhm.
Bold of you
Yeah.
to assume I actually talk to people.
Bold of you to assume that I have friends.
Bold of you, sir. How dare you?
How bold. Yeah, wow, massive tangents aside. You know what is good
We're
about
coming
Retro
back from a
Retro
break.
Replay?
What else are we going to do?
Yeah, it's Pagan hosting. We all know it gets wild. Like, I
Look
don't
out.
know how to host. Yeah, so you know what is good about COVID? Retro Replay.
That's
Let's bring it back.
Great segue.
Yeah, thank you. So I know you guys haven't seen it yet, but the Call of Duty's Warzone Zombie Royale is up on YouTube right now for Get Good. If you guys want to see Liam and Todd go at it in Call of Duty's Warzone Zombie Royale for the Halloween special. I think it's like a Halloween pack or something that went down.
Yep.
It was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Like they did really well. And it's the same kind of like concept as Fortnite and such that you're dropped on an island, there's 100 people there and you have to try and make it to the top.
It's a battle royale.
And yeah, and I feel like they came to like, I want to say third. I think they got third or fourth at one point. And that was a really big achievement. Like I was very proud. Yeah. Moving on to Uncle Noli this week. Advice from Uncle Noli. We had an episode that's called "What's the best way to get rid of a rat?" Do you guys have any like favorites from this week, Uncle Noli, or anything in general from Uncle Noli this week?
I like how angry he's getting about people asking about cereal before milk.
Yes.
Milk before cereal.
Psychos.
I mean, I agree completely. I don't know anybody that puts milk first. That doesn't make any sense.
It
Like,
does
why
not.
would you do that? The only reason there's ever milk in my bowl before there's cereal is if I've already had a bowl and I'm having another.
Right.
That's the only time.
That was the same answer we got last episode.
Yeah, I think so.
Can't remember. It's been 2 weeks of not
2 weeks.
doing this. Anyways.
Don't put your milk in first, you fucking weirdos.
Psychos.
Exactly.
Calm down.
No reason for it.
It's just like Tiny Hannah's like so like in the corner. They're just like, don't put your milk in first, you fucking weirdo.
If I can add to this, I was just thinking like I had done something with Brandy before too, where I was calling her a psychopath, and I just remembered why. It was because she'll wash her hands in cold water, and then she always wants to like come over and like, you know, put her hand on me somewhere, and I'm like, why are your hands so fucking cold? And she's like, well, I just washed my hands, and I'm like, in cold water? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, what are you, a psycho? Like I had that same like Nolan response, like, what are you, a psycho?
I don't know what it is about partners though. Like if their hands are cold, it just seems to be like an immediate like, oh my gosh, I need to touch your back, or I need to touch
Let
your
me put my
face.
hands on your back or something.
It
You're like,
happens so
Accurate.
often. Like you'd be washing dishes or whatever, and then it's just cold hands like on your neck or something. You're like, oh, why?
Rachel does that
Why?
to me a lot.
Right. What is
And
it?
I'm like, you didn't wash your hands, did you? And she's like, no.
I feel like Adam sometimes just purposely puts his hands in the freezer
It's like,
most of the time. Otherwise, like he's just like a water bottle. It's so hot. Okay. Well, I mean, I thought I totally agree. I think people who put cereal in their bowl after their milk is just weird. However, I did touch on this 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, because it was myself and Lisa who agreed that sometimes in the winter we could have warm milk, and you can't put cereal in the microwave, so you would heat the milk first and then put the cereal in. That's the only time I've ever had
You guys are
milk.
psychos.
No,
Warm milk and cereal. What's wrong with you?
it was really cozy
I
in
really
the
hope
winter.
you're talking about oatmeal or something.
No, I'm not talking about oatmeal. I'm
no,
talking about
you
like
can put it
cereal.
in like Cocoa Pops and stuff.
No, no.
Hannah, no.
I used to do it as a kid.
That's not something we do here in
you.
America.
But in America.
America. Rejected.
Unacceptable.
Mm-mm.
Well, all right. Yeah, it is like, especially there's like strawberry cereal or chocolate cereal or something like that in the winter. It seems to be like common practice where you can actually heat up the milk. Now, I will say, people could heat up the milk and just heat it up in like a cup and then pour it over your cereal,
That's what
which would
we
also
did.
make sense.
We put
But
it in
then-
a jug.
Mm.
Yeah, but then you're wasting a jug and a bowl. Now you have two
My
things dirty.
dishwasher, it's
Two
fine.
things okay, well, that's fine. That's,
Well, as far as Uncle Noli goes, there was also the one of somebody asking about putting anchovies on pizza, and he's just like, nah, they smell like they swam out of somebody's asshole, and like mushrooms. And I'm like, yeah, fuck the mushrooms on pizza. They're fungus. They come from shit. Like, why would you eat those?
Mushrooms, I don't mind.
They're gross.
Mushrooms on pizza, I don't mind. Mushroom is one of those foods I don't understand people's beef with it, because they don't really taste of anything. To me, it's just a texture.
it's a texture.
I don't
that's
like the
why.
texture either.
I don't like the texture.
Well, that's
No.
fair enough. I don't mind it.
I don't mind it now. I hated mushrooms for years, and now I don't actually mind the texture at all. If they're too like chunky, then I'm like, oh no. But if they're cut fine, and usually they are on a pizza, then I actually don't mind either.
Yeah.
And I will say, remember you said that you wanted to know who puts the fungus on the pizza? And Nolan was really mad at them. He was
Fungus
like,
on the pizza.
somebody here does that. It's true.
Oh yeah, I assumed it was Drew.
Yeah. I'm sorry I outed you, Drew, and your mushroom preference?
Like,
trying to find the word there. It's like, and your mushroom, because it's like, thanks.
I wanted
Obsession. He just likes mushroom on pizza.
I almost said mushroom or fungus fetish on pizza.
I was
fungus
thinking fetish, and then I was like, no, that's not right.
Whoa, guys, whoa. This is a whole different podcast. That's for our OnlyFans.
For the OnlyFans.
Yeah, we gotta start Patreon on our OnlyFans. Start putting up that dark content. Yeah.
We only
Yeah,
are
It's their
dark
podcast
content.
after dark.
Yeah. Is there anything else on the advice from Uncle Noli that you guys like resonated with this week? Thought it was funny? Nothing else.
Nothing that I really resonate with, but something I will say about Uncle Noli, it's become something that like me, my sister, and my mum will watch whilst we're eating dinner. I'll just put it on my iPad and prop it up, and
That
we'll
sounds
all
like a
just sit
terrible
and
idea.
watch it. It's funny though, because I'll just sit and watch it, and they've started liking it too now. So
Aw.
it's become like a family thing. It's quite funny.
It's nice because it's a short episode. Like it's short, it's funny.
Yeah,
You just watch
it's
it
like
while you're having
less
dinner.
than 10 minutes. I've come downstairs before now watching a video, and my sister's gone, "Are you watching Uncle Noli without me?" Yeah.
Aw,
That's
Quite cute.
nice.
that's good.
Yes. I love forcing my hobbies upon them.
I'll never forget like when Adam and I, this was maybe last year or something like that, when he'd started to get into retro replay because it was summer last year. He's a teacher, he doesn't work in the summer. And he had time to actually be in live chats and stuff like that. Like he would be in live chat before me. Like he would be in the
Dare you.
office and I would presume he was working. Like I just presumed he was working, and then I'd come in and I could see live chat up and I was like, are you on live chat without me? Like, it's kind of nice like when like it spreads. The retro replay love spreads.
Yes.
Like an infectious
I also think
something
it's
nice. I don't know.
it's interesting, and it's nice to hear about others. Like Hannah, you said that you like it's a thing now where you sit down with your family and watch Uncle Noli or retro replay, and that's kind of like how it's been for me, and I know a lot of other replayers, because it started as this is something I do. I sit down every Thursday and I watch retro replay, and then it became live chats. I hang out in the live chats with other replayers, and then it was now I watch retro replay with Brandy. It was a thing we did. We sat down. It was a thing we do together, and now we do it with dozens of replayers every week with our Zoom hangout where we watch retro replay together with a group of people. So it's like a watch party, like people used to do with Game of Thrones and whatnot. And I think that's just a cool like community thing that everyone can kind of like come together and like, let's watch retro replay together.
Yeah. It feels like with this channel there is really something for everybody. So whether you like the games or you have a twisted sense of humor like Uncle Noli, there's something for everybody. Yeah.
No, I totally agree, and I feel like that really does show in the diversity of the shows as well. Like you said, like Uncle Noli is completely different to retro replay. Retro replay episode is different to the Now Get Good episodes. That was also different to Father Knows Best. So I feel like, yeah, you're so right. There's definitely something in there for everybody. Somebody can find something else to like about this, even if it's just one show. Even if you just love like the retro replay show on a Thursday, and that's what you watch, that's no problem. Like you don't have to watch all the rest of the content. It'd be great if you did, because I don't think it's great. But yeah, like I feel like you're still part of a community, and everybody here has been like the best community. Like it's been, like you said, like having the watch parties and everything on Zoom down. Like it's nice to just meet people and have people like slowly express themselves, especially people who were very shy in the live chat, eventually like going over to the Zoom or coming onto the podcast, and you're just like, oh, this is so cool. Like I've seen your name, we chatted on YouTube, and now here we are.
Yeah, we had a new addition yesterday to the Zoom chat too. Emma Robinson came to the Zoom chat for the first time. Yeah, so if you've been in the live chat, you know Emma Robinson. She's been there for a while now, and she's made her way to the Zoom chat for the first time. So we got to meet her, put a name to the face to the name. It's always a nice thing getting to.
That is awesome.
That's cool.
Keep bringing in new replayers and meeting them. I did have a real quick. I did laugh real hard at one of the Uncle Nolies when he was talking about the guy's junk falling out of his trunks when they were training.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, gobble it up like a pelican. And then they cut away to the
And then they cut
pelican.
the
I
clip
was
of the-
like,
Why?
Why would Nolan just go to that?
Why not? It's Nolan.
I mean,
I guess.
I really resonated with the procrastination one where I was like, hey, can I stop procrastinating? Because I feel like in a lot of things I do, I definitely have procrastination issues where I'm just like, I'll do that later.
definitely.
And then I freak out because I'm like, oh shit, like for example, tomorrow at work, we're going to do something for Halloween.
Mm.
I don't have a Halloween costume. I'm probably going to scramble one together tonight at some stage. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh, you know what? I'll do that later. And then now it's like tomorrow. I'm like, oh,
It's too
fuck.
late.
I'm gonna do something.
Whoops.
It's fine. I have a Gryffindor scarf. I'll probably just draw on some glasses and a scarf. It'll be fine.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll make it work.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's gonna be fine. But yeah, I like that little golden nugget where he was just like, make a list, like get detail orientated and just fucking focus and do it. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's where he snuck in one
I'll
of
do that
those like
later, though.
good advices.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll make a list later and do that tomorrow.
Make your list tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
And then finally this week we had a very exciting episode of Retro Replay with Nolan North and Steve Bloom, and they played Call of Duty Zombies, which was pretty much highly requested. It was a highly requested game for a while. Shout out to Ash, who's been waiting for that for ages.
Ash can.
Guessed it last week in the Zoom chat with as an Ultimate Beast perk, you get Zoom with the crew.
Mhm.
Sorry, the crew and the cast. And then in the cast Zoom, he was like, hey, you guys are going to play Call of Duty Zombies?
Yeah, right.
And Nolan was like, yeah, how about next week? Yeah, we'll just do it next week. And I was like, did he just guess next week's content? Like, how did we do that? But there you go. So yeah, this was a pretty great episode. What did you guys think?
I loved it.
It was
really
really good.
weird. I got into chat early, like super early, and I was the only member there, and it was just a bunch of other people just waiting because they've been waiting for this for so long. And I was just like, where are the people I know? Hello? Welcome everybody else, but
Just
where are my
other
friends?
people waiting for zombies.
I was like, this is weird. Where is everybody? I don't recognize anybody. And then finally Lisa came in. I was like, Lisa, oh my God, hi.
A
Other
great
than
name.
that, it was super cool just because I love Call of Duty Zombies. I've been playing it since it came out, basically. And Black Ops 2 is my favorite Zombies. Black Ops 3 Zombies is still pretty good. But I was really excited that they finally decided to do it.
Yeah,
Hannah, what do you think?
I loved it. I thought it looked really cool. It does look really difficult though.
It is.
But I've not seen or played the game before. But I have been following Nolan and Steve's Richtofen and Dempsey thing on TikTok,
Nice.
which has been quite funny. So it's really weird still hearing Nolan's voice in games. Like he's playing and he'll just be talking normally, and then he'll say something in a German accent. It's crazy.
Like, hey, Nolan, your Richthofen's showing.
I thought it was pretty good. Okay, so I think like I would be like a big nope to this game because first person shooter and zombies and stuff. No. I will say that like the Zombie Royale Get Good played, I feel like I could probably do that. That looks a bit more fun than this one did. I also think I may have played this game. Like when he went over to the wall and started rebuilding the wall, I was like, I remember doing that. Like I remember going over to the wall and like rebuilding it. Now it wasn't on my own. I'm pretty sure it must have been with like Adam and maybe cousins or brothers or something. And they were like, here, you give it a go. And I was probably like, whatever, 16, 17. And I was like, I don't care.
Well, they've
Whereas
had
now I'm like,
zombies
ugh.
in Call of Duty as far back as Black Ops 1. They've been doing that.
I definitely played it. I think I just remember that very specifically, going over to the wall and rebuilding the wall because the zombies were ripping it up.
Yeah.
But no.
It's definitely a hard game, and it is zany and crazy. I've never thought of zombies as particularly scary, but it's definitely a fun time. There's just a lot of creepy noises and stuff like that, giggling and the
Yeah.
laughing and stuff. But
You get used to
I
it for a while.
I played a lot of zombies on Black Ops 3, and after watching Nolan playing it, I was like, man, I want to play some zombies again. And like I was looking at like the Chronicles edition that includes all the maps from the previous games. Like, man, I want to play some zombies again. It's been a while.
So this
Honestly,
made you want
I
to play
think.
it?
I think
Sorry.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, I think the first-person shooter aspect of it would bug me more than the zombies, because I don't mind zombies in games, because like I
Sorry.
played The Last of Us loads, but just first-person shooter is just weird to me.
It's too personal.
Stuff from that
Just
perspective,
that
I
camera
don't
angle.
like it. I
Yeah.
like being able to see the person I'm playing as, and with I don't know, with the angle of it, or it's just like it was right in front of your face. It was just like weird.
It's too
Yeah, if
intense.
it's not something you're used
Yeah.
to, then I mean, I can see that.
Are you a big first-person shooter gamer, Jen? Do
Oh,
you like
yeah.
first-person shooters? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
That's
she's
like my
played
go-to.
zombies.
Yeah, I have all of the Call of Duty games, like all of them.
Really?
Mm.
So
I think I'm
too.
playing one.
You think you're playing one?
Yeah, I think I'm playing Modern Warfare.
you think
You
are?
think? Like you're going to play, or you're
No,
actively playing one?
That's totally not what I meant. I meant that I'm in the middle of one. I think it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
It's
It's
hard.
definitely one of the Call of Duties. It's one of the I'll have to tell you guys later, because just in case I don't want to spoil anything here, because I've come across a thing where I like had to go somewhere and then somebody died and I was like, I thought this person was the main, like what? And then yeah, it was pretty cool. Oh, and you have to go to Chernobyl, I think. Like somewhere where there's like radiation and stuff like that, and you can go into the building and you can hear the like laughter and ghosts and all. Am I just coming up blank here? Like y'all are looking at me
Yeah.
like you've never heard this before.
No,
I mean, it
haven't.
sounds awesome.
I genuinely
haven't
haven't.
played the campaign of most Call of Duties because I generally just play multiplayer.
Okay, it is
So-
a campaign. Yeah. Okay. I'll find out and I'll text you
think of
both,
which one
because
that
I
might
will
be.
definitely.
Like I have Modern Warfare, but I
Warfare.
haven't played the story at all. I just play either Warzone or multiplayer.
There's I think like you play as an American and as a British soldier.
It's probably Warzone. There's probably people like screaming and kicking right now. Like, how do you not
How
know?
do I not
Like,
know?
if is the
How-
British guy Soap?
No.
That's the
He's the best one.
he's the main dude in Modern Warfare. Pagan needs to Google this and find out.
He's
'cause-
I'm Googling it because I'm like, I'm so sure I'm playing this game, but I have no idea if it's this game. Oh, maybe it's.
See?
Oh,
Are you-
wait. I think I got it.
Soap, he's the best one.
So
Is it so? Maybe it is.
So cute. I
Soap
just-
McTavish.
Good. So cool. McTavish. Yes.
Yeah, Soap McTavish.
Uh,
Are you playing this with Adam?
No. I'm
You're just
playing it on my
randomly
own.
playing Call of Duty.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I don't know why it was on one of the like Adam had it in the
So
library.
go play Zombies Warzone. Do it now because it ends. It's gonna expire and you can't play it anymore.
I don't know if I have that one though. Like I think we have an
It's-
old game.
If you have the newer Modern Warfare, the Warzone is part of it.
Okay, I'll find out. But good game. Good game. I thought this was really interesting to have on the show. I didn't expect them to play anything like vaguely horror based. This was kind of vaguely horror based, but not so much that Nolan would shit his pants. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was fun.
He said he seemed like he was having a good time.
Yeah, it seemed like he was doing pretty well actually. Made it through
Yeah.
3 rounds or something, 3 waves,
It's a lot better than I
Horror.
expected for somebody who'd never played it before.
Yeah.
right?
Because it's hard.
Hmm. And you go down quick in that game. You can only get hit 2 or 3 times by a zombie and you're done. You die.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh shit.
It helps to play with other people because they can revive you
Yeah.
for as long as they have the right thing for that. Like, it helps a lot. I rarely play that game by myself
Hmm.
because I die immediately.
Yeah, I definitely think I've played this, or maybe I've watched somebody play it. Ugh, yeah, it seems really familiar. And like you say, like if somebody is down, you revive them. If you're playing the wave one where they're coming into this theater or whatever,
Mhm.
yeah. that was like semi-nostalgic before, like, yeah, I was a bit like, nope, 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 until I was like, oh wait, hold on, I think I have maybe played this or seen some of this before. When I actually started paying attention to like the game, and I was like, oh, this isn't as scary as I thought it was. It's still kind of, I would die terribly, but yeah, pretty good, pretty good. And then we had Steve Bloom, the wonderful Steve Bloom on the show. I feel like he was also been like a really highly requested guest, right? Like if you could have a guest, like who would you have?
Yeah.
I think Steve Bloom was one of the ones that I've said before back in when we started talking about guests coming on the show. I think I remember saying Steve Bloom would be a good one.
I feel like he's just another one of those people that's been in everything, and he's just so good at what he does.
He was Toonami Tom, like one of the biggest parts of my childhood growing up. If anyone knows who Toonami Tom is.
No idea, but I'm going to play along and pretend I do.
How dare you?
Good old Toonami Tom.
Good old Toonami Tom. That guy was dope.
The best.
What are we talking about?
Okay, so a little background. Back in the day, Cartoon Network started doing a anime-specific segment of time, like on their channel, where you could watch anime. And it was like Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, God, I'm blanking, a bunch of like anime. It was when the anime really started making its push over into America. And like Cowboy Bebop started coming over here. And Steve Bloom, one of his biggest roles he's known for is Spike from Cowboy Bebop. He also did the voice of this little animated robot that Cartoon Network had made to kind of fill in segments. So during Toonami, there were these little in-betweeners of this little robot talking to the audience. And that was Steve Bloom doing the voice of Tom, the little robot.
That explains why I've never heard of it. I don't watch
it.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds cute.
You're just like,
it sounds adorable, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyone who knows what I'm talking about is like, hell yeah. Like, they know exactly.
They know. Mm-hmm. They feel you, bud. They feel you.
I know.
Yeah, that guy's been in a lot of
almost 800 things. Like,
how
ridiculous.
He's like so talented. And he had a really cool booth. And obviously, Steve has an online voiceover acting class, or I presume just an acting class, but more specifically tailored to voiceover and voice acting itself. So that is pretty cool. I've never been to one myself. Does anybody else or
no?
know
I looked it up,
has?
but it's $100. So it's $100 a month, and I was like,
I'm in the Bloomvox Facebook group, which is what it started as, and then he started doing the actual classes online. I've not personally taken any of those classes, but I have looked at them before. But there's a lot of the members of that are in that Facebook group as well.
Yeah, James is gonna kill me. I think James has done it. I think James has done it or recommended it, or Scott.
Stephanie Watson is a Bloomvox member. She's a...
Oh, really?
Yep.
She's doing the class with him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does she enjoy it? Do you know?
Oh, yeah. As far as I know, she says they're great. And I think she's been a part of it since it started. And she's kind of like grandfathered into the old program. But she's also working as a voice actor now and still takes his classes.
Sweet. I didn't know that about Stephanie. That's awesome.
She does like corporate VO.
That's cool. That's
training
dope.
videos and things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just built a new studio actually a few months ago. Like a home studio to work from.
No way. I gotta go check that out. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I think Steve Bloom is I feel like notorious for being such a nice guy as well. I know people speak very fondly of him when they meet him at cons and stuff. So I've never met him personally. I think he sounds really nice and really cool. But I feel like I don't know. It's rare for people in this industry to be dicks. I don't know. Maybe that's just my experience so far. Like I feel like we've met quite a lot of people that it's just like, oh, they're kind of nice, and like you see like Fred on the show or Steve, on the show, and you're like, oh man, they're pretty cool. I like them.
Yeah.
I expected him to be an asshole. He sounds like an asshole.
Essentially, I'll just ring Tina and be like, hey Tina, is this guy an asshole? She'll be like, no. Great. Okay, thank you. Perfect. I was gonna go get an autograph, but I wasn't sure. So cool, thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, just checking it out, feeling my way. And then, of course, we had the most amazing guests this week on Retro Feud. We didn't mention last week either, which was Dean and Sam. So shout out to Dean and Sam as well for taking part last week too, which was fucking awesome. And
great.
then we had Jen and Hannah on this week for Retro Feud. Well, whatever they're calling that segment.
Retro Feud, whatever the fuck
They
this is.
don't know. You see, the problem,
Someday.
like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like just nobody knows.
Retro
what it's
Rumble.
called. I said that.
And they said no to that?
They said
Come
no to
on.
that. I said no to
So
that.
good.
I said replayer rumble.
That'd be great too.
I like that.
Yeah, and
We should take a
nobody-
vote and then ship
It
it off.
has
to
to
them.
have
We
retro-
voted.
Actually, hold on. I think my words were replayer ramble, which was like a replayer ramble because you guys are like rambling for answers.
Mm.
Yeah, that was effectively shit on. And I was like,
Drew went.
okay.
All right then.
No, Drew was like, yeah, that's dope. And then they said it's Nolan, and Nolan was like, no, that's a ridiculous name.
Oh,
Who
Nolan
came up
shot
with
it
that?
down.
And I was like,
Nolan's name's way better.
not me. I really like Retro Rumble or Replayer Rumble or something like that because it's kind of nice. It's like it got a TV show
Yeah,
vibe off
That
it. You know, like a TV
alliteration
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring it to them again. Whatever. They just need to see it with a clear mind.
There you go.
Retro Rumble. No, I think it's pretty cool.
Retro
And-
reply.
Retro.
That-
Wait a minute.
that's our segment.
That's our segment. This kind of like the point of this game at the moment, well, so far, is to do it in the style of Family Feud / Family Fortunes in the UK, where we ask, I guess, guests questions, and you have to kind of guess the answer with the most answered answer, right? So like that's the most complicated way of saying that, but you guess the answer that has been answered most by other people.
Yeah.
But now they've changed it so they're more retro replay focused questions, whereas before
Yeah.
it was like actual like Family Feud questions. So now it's like, where are they getting the polls for these questions from?
They're making it up.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah,
got to be
I'm
making it up at
convinced
this
Nolan
point.
just makes it up.
Like,
They're just like, that answer would get 50 points. If something's close to that,
they've
give it
also
to
upped the
me.
point value, I feel, because
They have.
in the beginning it was 20 points was the most you could get, because even like Brandy was like, I got gypped.
Yeah.
Pagan.
Where
Where are you going, Pagan? Especially like Nolan was like spoon feeding
Alright.
you guys some of the questions, like,
All right.
who do you think would answer it? Who, you know, who would
Right.
compliment your mother? Like, he clearly Sal.
You're like,
No.
my
No.
neighbor. Like,
Like nobody told
My dad.
me that the points had to add up to 100. Okay, nobody told me that. I don't know how your retro replay, like your feud, your Family Fortunes or Family fucking Feud thing works. I don't know. I don't watch those shows. So when I was doing the questions, I was just given the funniest answer, 50 points, and then no one's like,
that makes sense.
why are they so like why are they so high? And I was like, nobody told me this had to add up to 100. I have never seen Family Feud. So that'll be amended. So
It's fine. It's fine.
yeah, it's fine.
Well, anyways, regardless of point values, I gotta congratulate Jen for your clutch win that you had.
I can't believe I pulled that off. I was like, as soon as they said Hannah's total, I was like, there's no way.
I was like,
There's
you're
no way I
so
can
rude.
do that. Especially after my mountain lion answer, I was like, there's
Yeah.
no way. Like, I'm gonna lose. And then I just
Oddly enough,
clutch.
as soon as I heard you say Richard McGonigal, I was like, oh shit, she's gonna win this one.
She got it.
I was like, I had it in the back of my mind. I was like, if all else fails, say Richard McGonigal. Like, it will work.
It'll still be
Because
You
you
could've-
know how
you-
Nolan feels about
Guaranteed
that
win.
joke.
You still would have
Yeah.
won if you answered the pet question with Richard McGonigal.
I should have done
Probably.
that too, but you can't use
Yeah.
the same answer twice.
Well, I'm
I
saying,
feel like it's either Drew or Richard McGonigal. One
Yeah,
of those answers
those-
would be funny, so just go with it.
Exactly.
Well, if you had
That's where my mind
answered
is going.
the pet question, Richard McGonigal, and the not wanting to have something sneak up you in the dark mountain lion, I
That
think you
would've
still would
worked.
have gotten the same results.
That's true, actually. Yeah, very, very
Either
true.
way, I'm a loser.
Either way,
Genuinely
Hannah
won.
is the loser.
The good news is that the winner still gets nothing. So
Yeah. You both get absolutely nothing. Congratulations.
You
for being on
win
the show.
nothing.
I haven't even gotten any new followers out of it, so.
I
Man,
know, same.
Fuck.
Damn.
Jesus. But how was it? How was it being on the show?
It was so much fun. I had a
It
great
was
time.
brilliant.
great.
It was so cool. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've smiled or laughed that much in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, after we finished filming, my cheeks were so sore
Mhm.
Nolan's really
laughing,
good
and
at that.
Yeah, and even last night, just watching it back and seeing everybody's comments in the live chat, I was smiling so much, my face was hurting, and I didn't want to go to sleep afterwards.
Oh, yeah, same.
yeah.
I think we texted after, and you were like, "Okay, I guess I better try sleep."
Yeah.
I was the same. I was like, "Yup," because it was like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. for us. So
Yeah, it was like
yeah.
2 a.m.
I'm almost a little jealous because now I'm thinking about the fact that like when me and Pagan were on the show for the multiplayer event, we did that live. So we
did it
couldn't
live.
watch the live chat while we were playing. So now
Oh, yeah.
you guys were able to record, have the experience, but then also participate in the live chat after the fact.
Yeah.
And we didn't have that. Like everyone's telling us retroactively, oh, we were saying this, we were saying that during the live chat. So it's like, oh, we kind of missed out on that.
You can't engage with the live chat back, but I think you could still check it. I think it's probably still.
Oh no, I've gone
available,
back and
right?
read
Oh,
the
okay.
live chat after the fact, but it's different
It's not
than
the same.
actively being
Yeah.
in there and being like, hey, this is what's coming,
Yeah.
you know, and like
It's
people.
just that atmosphere. Like having everybody just like, oh my God, look who it is! It's Jen and Hannah.
Yeah,
It's
that
just
was
really cool.
Right.
It made me feel really good. I was like, oh
Great.
my God, I'm famous.
Great ego boost.
It's really good, and you had some cool artwork
Mm.
showing
Yeah, I
on.
got to show
showing on the
off
show.
that. I didn't get to show off my new Uncharted tattoo that it finally healed all the way after I got it
Nice.
fixed.
Oh, I love
Nice.
that. Oh my God, it's the ring. I see it. Oh wow.
So originally when we did it, it was just Sic Parvis Magna, and the way that the font works, it looked like Parvis was 2 words,
Oh.
and I had him put little diamonds in between the words, and
Mm.
he put a diamond in between Parvis, and I was like,
Oh,
oh
no.
no, we've ruined it.
No.
What are we gonna do to fix it? And I was like, throw in the necklace. So I had him weave the necklace around it and through it, so you can't even
That is
see it anymore.
so
That's
cool.
really
And then I was
clever.
like, and then we have room for the ring. So now I have the ring. Now I'm
That
very
is
happy,
really smart.
and it
that's
worked out
really
really
smart.
well, and I love it. So
That's
it's
awesome.
great.
I think it's great. I love
Problem
it.
solved.
That's
And now
so
it's even
cool.
better than I anticipated it being in the beginning. So
Yeah,
great.
because I feel like so many people will just have Sic Parvis Magna somewhere on them, but now
Right.
you've got a little something that it makes it yours and it makes it unique,
Exactly.
which is
Yeah.
awesome.
That's what I was going for. And it's like, it's not like anybody else would know that there was a mistake in it, because nobody knows what it
You
means.
can't see it.
But now you can't see it, so now nobody knows. Like, well, except I just told everybody. But
Yo.
It's
Except
fine.
this goes live
Spoilers.
out to loads of viewers.
Yeah.
Hannah, do you have any tattoos?
I do not. I would like to get one day, but
they're fun.
who knows when that'll happen.
Is that just because of COVID, or you just like not sure?
I'm a very indecisive person, so I feel like it's something that I would have to be really sure on before I decide that I'm going to get it put on my body forever.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair assessment.
I'm very impulsive, so I'm just like, hey, I like that. Put it on me.
Make it so.
Yeah. I feel like I could end up thinking of something, get it tattooed on, and then a week later be like, oh, why did I do that? I don't like it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I have commitment issues. I don't know if I want to commit to something like lifetime on my skin. So I feel like I'll just get commissioned artwork and put it
That
on
works
my
too.
house. Yeah. For now, because I will most likely be really impulsive and get a tattoo, and then I'll be like, why? Because anxiety. But until then, artwork should be fun.
Just put it
How many
on.
tattoos you got, Dan?
3.
Good
You
stuff.
got one on either arm?
Yeah, I've got one either arm and one on my back. And
You have
I'm
one
like,
on your back?
Yeah.
Of what?
it's like a dragon that kind of looks like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. It looks like a Night
I was-
Fury.
Is
I
that
was just
intended?
assuming it was like a giant Godzilla back piece.
I've been wanting to get a
I thought it was gonna be
Godzilla
Nolan
tattoo.
North.
I'm at that point where it's like I only have the few small tattoos that I have, where it's like a fine line between like, do I give up on getting tattoos or do I lean into it and go hard and get a bunch of them? And honestly,
Obvious answer is lean into it.
I've wanted to lean into it for years, but the bigger issue has always been money. That's the main
yeah,
reason I
sure.
haven't, because I
Expensive.
haven't had the extra cash lying around to just, I'm going to get more tattoos. Especially because I need to find one tattoo artist that I go to regularly so I get deals. Because that's usually the thing with a tattoo artist is you keep going to the same guy or the same person. Whereas I've gotten my
That's the way
tattoos
to
from
go.
a different person every time.
That's the way to go.
So,
And she's back. Welcome
Anyway.
back, Jen. Welcome back, Jen.
anyways,
Thanks. I was agreeing with you because you do need to find that one artist that you really like, because not only do you trust them to do basically anything, but they will generally give you deals, which is why I have so many, because my guy is awesome, and half the time is like, just give me whatever you can, or I give him a video game, or I bring him a pop, or he's just the coolest guy. So
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
That's so cool.
it definitely helps, because I'm just
Right.
like, hey man, I got this idea for this little guy, will you put it on me? He's like, yeah, sure, $50. And I'm like, okay. Like,
yeah, I spent way more on my tattoos than that. So,
yeah.
And tattoos are expensive.
if
well,
I
your
was paying
first
full
tattoo with
price-
any one artist is always going to be expensive.
My first one was like $250, and that's the most
Really?
I've ever spent on one tattoo.
Mm.
Have you been going back to the same artist ever since your first one?
No, I went through a lot of people. I went to the one guy for my first one, and then I went to another guy for several of my ones after that. And then I had a friend who was apprenticing and was starting her own shop, so I went to her for one. And then my best friend from high school started apprenticing for her, so I just let her do whatever she wanted, basically. So I have a lot of really random crap on me, because she was just like, can I do this? And I was like, sure, why not? But it's fine.
It's a story. Sure.
And then I found the guy that I currently go to, because he was apprenticing for a friend of mine, and he put up a flash sheet for Halloween that had Kang and Kodos from The Simpsons on it.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I was like, I want that. And that was 6 years ago, and I've been going to him ever since. So
Nice.
yeah, you just got to find your person for it.
I didn't know about this thing on like Instagram and stuff like that, where they have would you call it a flash sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah, so essentially like they'll put up a design and be like, hey, I need to do this on somebody. It's like, anybody want to come over? And people are like, yep. And then it's like per design, it's like either one or two people or just one person like for this design. I didn't even know that was a thing or existed. I think somebody else told us about this on the podcast. Maybe it was
They
you.
usually do it on like special deals on like Halloween or Friday the 13th or Christmas style or Star Wars Day. Like they just like have a themed sheet, and it's just like 10 different designs that you can pick from. They can either be black and gray or they can be colored. Usually colored is a little bit extra. And then they just have like a flat rate for everything. And they're like arms and legs only, no hands, no necks, no chest pieces, none of that. Like it's just got to be straightforward. And that, I mean, a lot of people end up with the same tattoo, but none of them are actually exactly the same.
Okay, fair. What was the most painful place you've had a tattoo?
Either up here, this hurt really bad because the shading. My elbow, which
your whole elbow is tattooed. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't recommend the elbow. The elbow is very painful. Honestly, the wrist is really bad, just right here where the little bone sticks out.
Oh.
And then I have a large portrait of my cat that passed away on my thigh. That's about 8x5. That
Pagan looks so concerned.
a lot.
So cute.
It hurt a lot. It looks great. It's beautiful, but
I obviously don't have nearly as much coverage as you do. But for me, the center of the dragon on my back is right on my spine.
I do have one on the back. I have one on the back of my neck that hurt really bad.
That for me was really bad because I could feel like the needle like hitting my spine.
No.
It was like,
oh god.
Yeah, it's
and then
bad.
Right here, the very tip of that,
right near your elbow,
that hurt really bad too, right there.
Yeah, that spot is not
like
because this
the
whole
corner.
part's colored in. and
Yeah.
just right near the inside, the whole inside of my elbow.
I
is
actually
down there.
have,
It's real bad.
I don't have any tattoos. I had an implant in here. I had an implant here. And when they took it out, they damaged the nerves here. So occasionally, like, that would get actually really sore or whatever. So I was like, I'm never getting a tattoo over there. Like, anything to cover over here, don't touch me. It's already fucked up. So I'm good.
That's fair.
We'll figure out some other placement. I have it everywhere else. When I finally get over those commitment issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna wrap us up for this episode, guys. And we usually do have a segment that is for like a retro replay segment where we're gonna send across some questions to Drew and the crew and cast, of course, to ask some of the questions that you are burning to know. So send us over those questions if you want to ask anything to literally retro replay or get good cast and crew to theplayerpodcast@gmail.com or just DM us on Twitter. If anybody's looking to follow you guys on socials, where can they find you? Jen, we'll start with you.
Everywhere. I use XJennersonX on everything. So if you type it in, it's me. Like, that's how I know I have an account somewhere. I type it in, it says this is already in use. I'm like, oh, I have an account. Okay. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. I don't even, whatever else there is.
All of those.
MySpace, Bebo,
it's
AOL Messenger.
It's probably still up. Who knows?
Who knows? It probably is somewhere in some backend server.
AOL Messenger.
Do you have a Twitch schedule at the moment?
Right now, yes, I am doing Uncharted 2 on crushing difficulty on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time. It's killing me. Oh god, the last one was, I was on the train and it was bad. I died a lot, probably like 40 minutes of just me dying. And then Fridays, usually around noon Pacific Standard Time, I'm doing Fun Day Fridays. So just finding a fun game and playing. I was playing Fall Guys and I was like, I can't play Fall Guys every week. I will go insane. So I switched it up a little bit and I've been playing Rocket League, I Am Bread, just anything fun that I can find. And then on Sundays at around 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I am playing WWE 2K19.
Wrestling.
Also for fun.
Nice.
You gotta tell Conchata. Conchata will watch that shit.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest fan of wrestling that we've had on the show so far.
Well,
so,
there we go then.
There we go.
I'll let her know.
Conchata, get on that if you're listening. Hannah, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at HanMarade and Instagram at HannahMarade.
We'll pop it in the show links because Marade is a really hard name to spell.
Irish names. Yay.
Hey, Irish names. Woo.
Love it.
Dan, what about you?
Like Jen, I'm Stark Evil Vash on just about every single platform you can possibly search for a name. Quite literally. I was sharing my username for Origin with some friends recently, and I said, my username on there is Stark Evil Vash, go figure. And they were like, what?
No way!
That's amazing.
But also, you can find me on Twitter at StarkEvash, StarkYVash. I do stream on Twitch under Stark Evil Vash as well. And I wanted to do a quick shout-out plug for the Replayer Extra Life stream that's going to be happening next Saturday, which I believe is November 7th. Yes.
Yeah.
So you can find me along with other replayers are going to be doing a 24-hour stretch of streaming for charity and donations for Extra Life for whichever child hospital of our choosing. I think mine's going to be just the local Houston branch.
Same.
Nice.
Not Houston, but it's the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, same. We also on that charity stream, I'd say between the hours of like 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. GMT in Irish time. At the moment, like I am on Saturday with many other replayers, so feel free to check that out. I think it's Stephanie Watson has more information on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. We can put the links down for that below as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to find me, you can find me at Pagan Plays on Twitter, and then at Pagan Plays on YouTube, and at Pagan_Plays on Instagram and Twitch. Wonderful. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I just want to shout out to thank you so much to Retro Replay cast and crew for everything you guys do, because without you guys, the show would not exist. And yeah, if you guys are interested in following us on socials and for the Reverb Podcast, we are available on Facebook and Twitter at the Reverb Podcast. So very
That's
simple, at Reverb Podcast. We'll put the links in the show notes as we always do.
That's right.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show to us, Jen.
Anytime.
Hannah.
For having us
Awesome.
back.
Thank you for
No,
coming back,
pleasure.
guys.
Love coming on the
Thank
show
you.
and chatting to you guys.
Yay.
Yeah,
Makes me feel like I
Heck yeah.
have friends.
Aw, you don't, but that's nice.
That's nice.
Are you kidding? We love having you on here. You're a good friend, Hannah.
So you say.
Yeah, but who am I? I mean, I don't have friends.
Who even is this
Adam.
pagan?
Just
Adam.
yeah, that's it. Well, listen, it's going really. That's him. I guess I gotta go.
I was waiting for you to like stomp on the floor with your foot, like thump, thump, thump. Oh, there's Adam.
Oh, he's here.
I guess that's the door. I gotta go, guys.
Oh.
Is that Adam calling? Hello? Okay. Coming. Love you. Bye. Yeah, guys, I gotta go. Take care. Thank you all for joining, and that's game over, folks. Take care. Bye.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bye.